All right. Hey, team. So, my buddy Ed Osborne, which I got to give him props because this guy turned me on to podcasting and some other ideas that have been really helping my business out. So, um, Ed, you're awesome. All right. So, he asked a great question on Facebook, got me thinking, and I wanted to talk about this really quickly. So, I got this really cool little book because it's called 30 Covert Emotional Manipulation Tactics. Now, I want to point out that anything that is a thing, right? Like a hammer, right? Anything that is a thing can be used for good or it can be used for evil. And so when people say, "Oh, these are manipulation tactics," I don't think that always means that they only can be used to be evil, right? Manipulating somebody could also be selling something to somebody or getting them to do something that's in their best interest, right? But we can use this word manipulation, which kind of puts a negative slant on it. But you can also say inspire, right? Them to do something. So really, to manipulate and to inspire, um, what we're really talking about that's different between the two is intention, right? What's your intention? Is your intention to be evil or is it to be good, right? But anyway, this is a tactic that I see marketers use, and a lot of them are just trying to get your money, and they're manipulative. And this tactic is called premature disclosure. And so the question Ed asked was, can you be too authentic? And you see a lot of people talking about being real, raw, and relevant, and I've got my wristband on that talks about these things to remind me of this, and I do believe that that is the way to live your life. But I think also there are people that use it as a marketing gimmick or tactic to manipulate people. And so what this book says is using this tactic, manipulators reveal intimate information about themselves early on to create a false sense of intimacy for the purpose of gaining your trust. Because it's effective at doing that. It's effective at creating trust. The manipulator's self-disclosure can include their thoughts, feelings, goals, fears, dreams, embarrassments, likes, dislikes, successes, and failures. You'll feel free to disclose things about yourself in return, right? So this is a natural way of helping other people feel more comfortable being open and real with you. There's nothing bad, sick, or wrong about that unless your intention is to get them to do something that is not in their best interest, or you're just trying to squeeze money out of them, for example. So self-revelation involves vulnerability because of the risk of rejection, but when the disclosure is met with acceptance and understanding, it creates emotional intimacy and trust. This is especially so when the manipulator says she feels the same way you do, or that she likes the same things, or that she's had the very same thing happen to them. There's also an opportunity to impress the target by disclosing achievements and philanthropic or compassionate acts. Look how good I am, right? Manipulators count on this normal bonding behavior to work in their favor. Okay, so I want you to be mindful of this as you're watching these pitches and webinars and marketing things from people that are doing premature disclosure. They're revealing their past or their history or these things. And are they doing it to build a bridge and create a relationship with you? Or are they building it to get money from you? And are they doing it to get money from you? And that it's a typical common manipulation tactic. It's used by narcissists. It's used by people that are very self-absorbed. But it also is something that is naturally done by people that want to create trust, that want to be open, and then these are two very different people doing the same action. And the question is to trust your natural knowing or your gut or your internal feelings when those red flags go off saying something's not right about this person, or that they are trying to get me to do something or manipulate me or whatever. If you feel this pressure or uncomfortable, and I'm not saying that pressure always is a bad thing, but sometimes you may feel this calling or this pressure to do something good, and so it really all goes back to listening to the voice within and trusting your natural knowing, or your internal, the internal voice, or the voice of God within, or however you want to phrase that. But so watch out for premature disclosure. So for those of you who've been watching my Love Dare thing, I haven't given up on it. I'm still going to be doing it, so stay tuned. I'm at this, I want to make sure I go through it, and I'm at a stage where it involves my partner and I have to make some decisions with them. So I want to make sure I do that, so without just continuing and skipping. So anyway, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys again soon. Merry Christmas.